Hello. Today we are going to discuss the application of inductive effect. In last class we were discussing also the application portion. In that portion we have already discussed the application in which we were finding the stability of anion and carbocation both, right? Now today we are going to discuss the application which is going to include the strength of acidic strength. About the acidic strength, there are lots of misconception. So be aware of misconception that you might also be having. The misconception is sometimes it is said more is the concentration of, or you can say more is the H plus given by acid, is stronger is the acid. That statement is totally wrong. Actually, there must be some condition behind that. I'll tell you why this statement is wrong. More is the H plus produced by an acid, is stronger is the acid. That concept is actually wrong. I'll tell you why. But before that, just recall something from the ionic equilibrium that you have already discussed. Uh, in that ionic equilibrium, we have discussed that Ke value, acid dissociation constant value, pKa value. So just recall that points. From there, I want to conclude that one statement from ionic equilibrium is more is the Ka value, more is the acid dissociation constant value of any acid, is stronger is the acid, right? And the second statement from same chapter is lesser is the pKa value. Let me write. First statement is more is K value. Ka is acid dissociation constant. Acid dissociation constant. More is Ka value, is stronger is the acid, is stronger is the acid. Now second statement is lesser is pKa value, lesser is pKa value, is stronger is the acid, is stronger is the acid. Why it is said? It is just because if you find the relation between K and pKa, pKa is actually minus log of K. If you are increasing the value of Ka, that log Ka will increase, but if you are placing the negative sign, just after placing the negative sign, it is going to decrease. So more is the K, lesser will be the pKa value, right? That is why if you are having more Ka value, acid is stronger, and second statement is lesser is the pKa value, stronger will be the acid. And what is this acid dissociation constant? If you have forgot that acid dissociation constant, let us see what is actually K value. Let us say I have a weak acid, that is Ha. We know that in case of weak acid or weak base or weak electrolyte, if you are going to dissolve that weak electrolyte in a solvent, it will dissociate in ion, that is H plus ion, H plus in aqueous medium, and also A minus ion in aqueous medium. If you will write the equilibrium constant for this reaction, that equilibrium constant is known as acid dissociation constant because it is acid, and the expression is concentration of product in numerator, concentration of product in numerator divided by concentration of reactant in denominator. This is the expression for Ka, or you can say equilibrium constant. So the statement was more is the Ka value, is stronger is the acid, right? Let's see how. If you are increasing the Ka value now, Ka value can be increased only if you are going to increase the numerator, or you can say decrease the denominator. So let us just assume that our denominator is constant. We are increasing the numerator value. If you are increasing the numerator value, Ka is going to increase and acid will be stronger. So that numerator value, how these numerator value can be increased? One thing, either you increase the concentration of H plus, which H plus, that H plus which is produced from the acid, or you can increase the concentration of A minus. These are the two possibilities. From there you can increase the numerator of this equilibrium constant, and so K value will get increased. Now if you observe how we can increase, I was saying you just increase the concentration of A minus, right? How this A minus can be increased? Let's say I have a different case in which I am going to assume two different weak acid. First one is Ha1 and second one is Ha2. Ha2 is also weak acid. There will be also ionic equilibrium for weak acid Ha2. If you will write the equilibrium equation, it is A2 minus aqueous. And for the first one equilibrium constant is Ka1, and for the second one equilibrium constant is Ka2. Now just assume that the denominator is constant. What was denominator in the expression of acid dissociation constant? That denominator is actually concentration of original acid. So I am assuming that in both the cases the concentration of parent acid is same. So in next what I can say, more is the numerator value for Ka1 or Ka2 is stronger will be that respective acid. So how to decide which one is going to be a stronger acid? Just observe this A1 minus and A2 minus. There is one more concept in ionic equilibrium related to acid base, that was Bronsted acid base constant. According to Bronsted acid base constant, if you are having an acid and you are removing H plus from there, the left ion will be what? Conjugate base. So if it is acid, if it is our acid, the A2 minus is going to be conjugate base. Conjugate base, right? Similarly for Ha1 is acid, A1 minus will be the conjugate base of Ha1, right? So let's write the expression again. If we are writing the expression of Ka1, it is going to be H plus into A1 minus divided by Ha1 concentration, and if you will write the expression for Ka2, it will be H plus concentration multiplied by A2 minus divided by Ha2. What I am assuming is denominator is same. Denominator is same in both the cases, right? So out of these two, one which is having more numerator value will have more Ka value, and and the respective acid is going to be a stronger acid. So how we can decide for which one numerator is going to be more? This is what is equilibrium reaction. One thing should be clear in your mind, that more is the stability of product. More is the stability of product. More is the tendency to move in forward direction. More is the stability of product. More is the tendency of reaction to move in forward direction. So let us say if I am going to assume that A1 minus is more stable than A2 minus. If I am saying if A1 minus is more stable than A2 minus, this is what stability. And of course we can compare the stability of anion, because we have already discussed that how to decide how to compare the stability of anions. These are what? Anions actually. So we can compare the stability of anions. So in this case I am assuming if A1 minus is more stable than A2 minus, then definitely the tendency of first reaction to move in forward direction will be more. That means what? That means the concentration of A1 minus and H minus will be more in first reaction as compared to second reaction, just because it is having more tendency to move in forward direction. So if this condition is valid, definitely concentration of A1 minus is going to be more than A2 minus, and from there we can say if it is happening, the numerator of first expression Ka1, the numerator of Ka1 is going to be more than Ka2, and so we can conclude Ka1 is more than Ka2, right? Ka1 is more than Ka2, and so we can say that Ha1 is going to be stronger acid than Ha2. Ha1 is going to be stronger acid than Ha2. In this discussion, the only one constraint is there. The concentration of Ha1 and Ha2 should be equal. If you are not making the denominator equal, it is difficult to compare. So remember the constraint also, remember the condition also, that if you are comparing the acidic strength and if you are saying that Ka1 is more than Ka2, the acid for which more is the Ka value is stronger is the acid. If you are using that statement, keep in mind that concentration of acid must be equal, right? That is the condition. You should not forget that. I'll give you one question just after this. So our conclusion is if it is happening, if A1 minus is more stable than A2 minus, then Ha1 is going to be stronger acid than Ha2. I will give a statement based on this. The statement is A1 minus is actually conjugate base of Ha1, right? And A2 minus is conjugate base of HO2. So I can say one thing, more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. And it is very, very important statement. It is very important. More is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. We have assumed that A1 minus is more stable than A2 minus. The conclusion is K1 is more than K2. That means Ha1 is stronger acid than Ha2. So just write the statement, conclusion statement. The statement is, let me write that. Conclusion is, more is the stability of conjugate base stronger is the parent acid. Stronger is the parent acid, right? This statement is very, very important. And condition, there is one condition behind this statement. Condition is concentration of acids must be same. Let me write a question and just answer it. Question is, for those who are saying more is the H plus produced by acid is stronger will be the acid, for those students I am writing the question. Let us say I have a drum of water, or you can say a bucket of water, and just dissolve 10 mole of acetic acid, 10 mole of acetic acid, right? And in next case, take one glass of water and place 10 raised minus 10 mole of HCl, right? And then after dissolving, just find the H plus, number of H plus ion. Definitely number of H plus ion will be more in first case because the dissolved amount of acid is more and also water is more. So in the first case, number of H plus ion is going to be more. While in second case, the number of mole of acid is very, very less. So number of H plus produced in second case will be less. That means if it is asked, use your statement that I was saying that more is the H plus produced by acid, stronger is the acid. Is that statement correct? No, that's not correct. We already know that HCl is a stronger acid than acetic acid. HCl is always stronger than acetic acid. Why that statement is wrong? Actually, what I am doing here, I am changing the concentration of acids. If you are changing the concentration of acid, then you cannot use the statement more is the Ka value, more is stronger is the acid, or lesser is the pKa value. So just a statement, just remember this condition statement, right? Just remember the condition statement that concentration of acids must be same. And also if you want to be more specific, if you want to be more clear about acidic strength, remember one statement. Acidic strength is actually measured how readily an acid is going to donate its proton. Right? Let me write that statement also. Acidic strength is decided by how readily an acid releases proton, or you can say H plus, right? Faster is the more is the tendency, means faster is the release of H plus, stronger will be the acid, and that can happen only when if conjugate base is more stable. So we can use this statement very frequently, that more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. Okay, let me tell you one more statement about acidic strength, then we will try to solve the problem. There is one more statement. If it is said, just arrange the following. Let's do one problem. Arrange the following in decreasing order of acidic strength, and the question is it is given HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Many of you are also confused about these acids and going to give the wrong answer. Why? I do not know actually. The correct answer for these four, correct order of acidic strength is HI is stronger acid than HBr, HBr is stronger acid than HCl, HCl is stronger acid than HF, right? So if you want to use the previous statement, then I'll give you one more statement. First, use the previous statement that I have given. The statement is more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the acid. So first, write the conjugate base of these acids. If you want to write the conjugate base is Cb. Conjugate base of HF is F minus, conjugate base of HCl is Cl minus, conjugate base of HBr is Br minus, and then I minus. So we need to find the stability of order of F minus, Cl minus, Br minus and I minus. If it is asked to arrange these four anions in decreasing order of stability, so in this case many of you are going to say that fluoride ion is more stable. That's wrong actually. There is a statement, from there you are getting the wrong answer actually. The statement is negative charge is going to be more stabilized on electronegative atom. That statement is perfectly correct. Remember, that statement is perfectly correct. But if you are going to use that statement here, you are going to get the wrong answer. Statement is negative charge is stable on electronegative atom and positive charge is stable on electropositive atom. If you are using this statement here, the out of this fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, definitely the electronegativity is fluorine is maximum. So according to that statement, fluoride ion is going to be more stable, but that is wrong here, because in periodic properties, 11th chapter, if you remember, there was a statement, if you want to compare any property, either electronegativity or size or radius or you can say electron affinity or any other thing, any property, if you want to compare along the group, the property comparison can be decided by size, not by electronegativity. Remember this statement too, it is also very important. If you want to compare any property along the group, that will be decided by size of atom, not by electronegativity. And if you want to compare any property along the period, the dominating factor is electronegativity, not the size. If you want to compare the properties along the period, use electronegativity to compare that any given properties, and along the group, remember the size is the determining factor. So if you determine the size, if you compare the size, definitely iodine is having much larger size as compared to the fluorine. Let me show you. If it is fluoride ion, it is going to be iodide ion. The size of iodide ion is much larger than fluoride ion. And what is happening on increasing the size of ion? If you will place, just observe, each anion is going to have 1 unit of negative charge. Let's say it is fluoride ion, it is having 1 negative charge, and this is iodide ion, it is also having 1 negative charge, 1 unit of negative charge. 1 unit means 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 coulomb. So this 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 coulomb is actually in concentrated place, and in iodide ion, that 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 coulomb charge is actually what? Spreaded. If you remember electrostat from physics, the concentrated charge, if the magnitude of charge is same, at one place it is concentrated, at another place it is diffused. So the concentrated charge is going to have a stronger electric field, and the diffused charge is going to have weaker electric field. And last class I was discussing that any charge which is having a stronger electric field will be less stable. Keep in mind, any charge which is going to have a stronger electric field itself, it is going to be less stable. So this fluoride ion is going to have the concentrated charge, while this iodide ion will be diffused. Just because it is diffused, its stability is going to be more. So if you want to compare the stability of these 4 ion, definitely iodide ion will be more stable. This will be the stability order. And then now you can use the statement, more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. Lesser is the stability of conjugate base, weaker is the parent acid, right? So we can find the answer here itself. And also one thing I want to say from this question itself, one thing, if it is said that one statement, let's say I have HF and HI, just take only two, HF and HI. Now we know that HI is a stronger acid than HF. So if you are taking equal amount, or you can say equal concentration of both acid in aqueous medium, if it is a stronger acid, if HI is a stronger acid, it is going to release H plus much faster as compared to the case of HF. So in this case, H plus and I minus will be formed, and similarly if HF is placed in aqueous medium, it is going to produce H plus and F minus. Now my point is just try to understand. My point is, if HI is a strong acid, it will release H plus much faster, and if HF is weak acid, it will release H plus very slowly. Now just think and tell me, out of this HF and HCl, I do not want to compare the stability of this conjugate base. I want the stability order of this parent acid. Which acid is going to be more stable? Just think and tell me. Just because HF is not losing its H plus much faster way, the identity of HF will be maintained for a longer duration, while this HI is going to release H plus in much faster way. The identity of HI molecule itself will be lost very readily. So I can conclude that stronger is the acid, lesser is the stability. I'm not talking about conjugate base. Again, I am repeating it. I'm not talking about the conjugate base. I am saying stronger is the acid, lesser is the stability. And if weaker is the acid, there will be more stability. So let us write this statement also. It is also very helping tool to solve the problem. The statement is stronger is the acid, lesser will be stability. Lesser is the stability. Or you can say weaker is the acid, more is the stability. These two statements are also going to be used while solving the problem. One thing I also want to share that when you are solving the problem of comparing acidic strength, definitely comparison of stability of neutral compound will be very, very difficult for you. It will be very difficult. Never compare the neutral species for the stability. Never do that. If you want to compare the stability, definitely you should have the charged species. And for charged species, we have already discussed how to compare the stability, right? So for the acidic strength, definitely one thing, reverse way we can easily conclude that if we already know that a particular acid is stronger, then definitely if acid is stronger, the stability of that particular acid is going to be less. Reverse statement you can use, right? So next is there is one more thing about acid base concept or acidic strength concept. If you remember Bronsted acid base theory, let us say I have HA, which is a weak acid. Definitely there will be an equilibrium between undissociated and dissociated ions, and this A minus is going to be conjugate base, right? And this HA will be acid. For conjugate acid base pair, these two are known as conjugate acid base pair. If you want to say A minus is our base, then HA will be the conjugate acid. If HA is acid, then its conjugate base is A minus. For conjugate acid base pair, there is a formula in ionic equilibrium, and the formula is Ka. Ka is acid dissociation constant of acid. Okay, HA. And Kb is the base dissociation constant for conjugate base, that is A minus, and the multiplication of this K and Kb is equal to Kw, which is actually what? Constant. Now from this formula you can observe that if you are increasing the value of Ka, the Kb value must be decreased, because product is what? Constant. And also remember, this formula is valid. This is valid only only for conjugate acid base pair. Conjugate acid base pair. Do not use this formula any other places. It can be used if you are having conjugate acid base pair. So from this formula I can say, in conjugate acid base pair, if acid is stronger, why I am saying acid is stronger, because you are increasing the value of K. If acid is stronger, the conjugate base is going to be weak. Kb is base dissociation constant. Later we will discuss the base strength, then I will include the Kb also. Kb is base dissociation constant, very similar to Ka. More is the Ka value, lesser is the Kb value. That means if acid is strong, conjugate base is going to be weak. If acid is weak, then conjugate base is going to be strong. So let us write this statement also, because this can also be used to solve the problem. This can also be used to solve the problem. In conjugate acid base pair, conjugate acid base pair, if acid is strong, base will be weak, and vice versa. ठीक है, and vice versa. Reverse is also true. Or you can say, if acid is weak, conjugate base is going to be strong. I hope you are clear with this statement. So now these are the theoretical portion. You should be clear with these points. Then now we can attempt the question. Now we can do the problems. So before moving the acid strength problem, I want you to do one more problem on stability of ions. It is quite interesting. Let us say I have carbonyl and two fluorines are attached at alpha carbon, and one more case, it is carbonyl and NO2 is attached, and it is asked to decide the stability order. You need to find the stability order of these two carbonyl. One more thing, one more term actually you should know. The term is carbocation. Carbocation are also known as carbonium ions. Sometimes that particular word may be used while you are attempting the question. Find the stability of carbonium ion. So do not get confused with the term carbonium ion. Carbonium is actually carbocation, right? So if you want to attempt this question, correct answer for this question is first one will be more stable than second one. The reason is, both NO2 is going to apply minus I effect, and both the fluorine are also going to apply minus I effect. And we have already written that minus I group, electron withdrawing group, is going to stabilize the negative charge. Actually it is going to pull the sigma bond pair electron, and that alpha carbon will further pull the sigma bond pair electron from the carbon and carbon. So the negative charge will get decreased. Lesser is the charge, more is the stability. I am using that statement. Here also two fluorine are going to use the minus I effect, and here also the negative charge will get decreased. But how we can decide? One thing we know that the one NO2, if we are having one NO2 and one fluorine, then definitely minus I power of one NO2, one nitro group, is more than fluorine, right? But if you are having two fluorine, the minus I power of 2 fluorine is going to be more than 1 NO2. It is very important. Actually, there is a question in NCERT in the chapter of carboxylic acid. One table is given there and some K values are given with some compounds. From there this question is taken, and the statement that you should remember that the minus I power, the electron withdrawing power of 2 fluorine is going to be more than 1 NO2 group, right? So be clear with the statement and also just make a note of it. Now we can attempt the question of acidic strength, right? Let's do the first problem. First problem of acidic strength. Compare acidic strength. Compare acidic strength. Acidic strength, and the compounds are, let us say it is CH3, CH2, COH, propanoic acid. Then CH2 double bond CH, COH, propenoic acid. Then CH triple bond C, COH, propanoic acid. These are the three acids, and it is asked to compare the acidic strength of these three. So how to attempt this question? To find the acidic strength, see, we have just learned 3-4 statements for to compare the acidic strength, in which one is Ka value, second one is pK value, and then stability of acid itself. More is the stability of acid, weaker will be the acid, and lesser is the stability of acid, stronger will be the acid. And one more statement was there. More is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. This statement will be used everywhere. This statement will be used everywhere. Keep in mind. The statement is, more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. This is going to be actually universal statement to compare the acidic strength in organic chemistry. So just keep in mind, anywhere if you want to compare the acidic strength, just write the conjugate base and then compare the stability of conjugate base. More is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. So let us write the conjugate base of these three. If you are writing the conjugate base, the acidic hydrogen is this H of COH group, carboxylic group. It is CH3, CH2 and COO minus. Oxygen will carry the negative charge. And in second one, it is going to be CH2 double bond CH, COO negative. And the last one, it is CH triple bond C and COO minus. Last class I was telling you that if you want to compare the stability of any anion or carbocation, the portion which is common in all, you do not use your mind over there. Use your mind in the portion which is different. So I'm not going to use my mind in the COO minus portion. Use here. Here the structures are different. This CH3 and CH2 group is actually alkyl group, and this alkyl group is going to use plus I effect, going to show plus I effect. It is going to donate electron as compared to this alkene. This one is alkene and this one is alkyne, right? And if you observe, this alkene will apply minus I effect as compared to this alkyl group. And also this triple bond alkyne is also going to use minus I effect as compared to alkyne group. Now we know that the minus I power, the electron withdrawing power of alkyne is more than alkene. So the maximum minus I power will be of alkyne, and we know that here we are having negative charge, and in case of negative charge, in case of anion, electron withdrawing group minus I group are going to stabilize the negative charge. So definitely this negative charge will be most stable when it is attached with alkyne than alkene, because it is also using minus I effect. While in first case it is using plus I effect, it is going to donate the electron. So in the first case, negative charge will get destabilized. So if you will find the stability order of conjugate base, third one is going to be more stable than second one, and second one will be more stable than first one. And the statement is, more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. So if you want to compare the acidic strength, just write the same order which you are getting in stability of conjugate base. It is again 3, 2, 1, right? More is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid. Now, next question is, let's do one or two more question. Then we are going to discuss next application, that is base strength. Next question is, again compare the acidic strength if it is given ROH, alcoholic group, ammonia, and acetylene, and water, HOH. If it is asked to compare the acidic strength of these four, again use the universal statement to compare the acidic strength, and the statement is more is the stability of conjugate base, stronger is the parent acid, right? So let us write the conjugate base of these four. If you are writing the conjugate base in case of alcohol, that H will be acidic, just remove the H plus, the species left is RO minus, which is the conjugate base of alcohol. In ammonia there are 3 hydrogen, just remove one hydrogen as H plus, you are left with NH2 minus. NH2 minus will be the conjugate base of ammonia. In acetylene there are 2 hydrogen which are acidic, just remove only one, just remove one hydrogen and place the negative charge on carbon. And in water again remove one hydrogen, it is going to be OH negative, and then compare the stability of these anions. One more thing, one very important statement. If the negative charge carrying atoms are changing, if the negative charge carrying atoms are changing, previously the question we have done in comparison of stability of anions, or in previous case also, the negative charge carrying atom was common in all the cases, but here the negative charge carrying atoms are different. Here it is oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and here oxygen. If use the statement, if the negative charge carrying atom is changing, then more is the electronegativity of atom. Definitely these atoms are along the period again. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen are placed along the period. So I am using that statement. More is the electronegativity of atom, more is the stability of negative charge. Or you can say negative charge will be stabilized on electronegative atom and positive charge is going to be stabilized on electropositive atom. But remember, this statement can be used only when the atoms are along the period. If atoms are along the group, definitely size will be the deciding factor. So let us write the statement. More is the electronegativity of atom, more is the stability of negative charge. So out of this oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, definitely electronegativity of oxygen is more. So if you compare now, if you are choosing oxygen, so RO minus and OH minus is going to be more stable as compared to NH2 minus and this triple bonded carbon minus. And now our target is compare the stability of this RO minus and OH minus. This alkyl group, we are having one side it is alkyl group and other side it is hydrogen. Hydrogen is actually what? Reference. Hydrogen is what? Reference. And this alkyl group is going to use plus I effect. And definitely plus I effect, electron donating effect, is going to destabilize the negative charge, right? So the most stable one is OH minus, then OR minus. Now it's time to compare the stability of NH2 minus and triple bonded carbon carrying negative charge. So generally it is in our mind that the electronegativity of nitrogen is more than carbon, right? In all the cases it is true except if carbon is triple bonded. If carbon is triple bonded, then definitely the hybridization of this triple bonded carbon is what? sp. Hybridization of this triple bonded carbon is sp. And also, if you remember one statement from chemical bonding, the statement is more is the S character in hybridization, more is the electronegativity of atom. So carbon can be sp3 hybridized, it can be sp2 hybridized, it can also be sp hybridized. And in sp hybridization, the S character is 50%, right? So you are increasing the S character actually. So the statement is more is the S character in hybridization, more is the electronegativity. And specifically, if you are finding the hybridization of this nitrogen, it is going to be sp3. Hybridization of nitrogen is sp3. One very important statement, use a star here, it is very important. Electronegativity of sp hybridized carbon is more than electronegativity of sp3 hybridized nitrogen. It is very important. Electronegativity of sp hybridized carbon is going to be more than electronegativity of sp3 hybridized nitrogen. So out of these two, nitrogen and carbon, if you will compare the electronegativity, definitely the electronegativity of this triple bonded carbon is going to be more than this nitrogen, because this nitrogen is sp3 hybridized and this carbon is sp hybridized, right? So negative charge will be more stable on electronegative atom. After this OR minus, it comes triple bond, CS triple bond, C negative, and the last one is going to be NH2 minus, right? It is again very important. Just remember these statements, right? Electronegativity of sp hybridized carbon is going to be more than electronegativity of sp3 hybridized nitrogen. Let us do one more problem, a last problem actually, on acidic strength. Then we will start the base strength. On acidic strength, let's do one more problem. If it is asked to compare the acidic strength of first write down ROH and HOH. Let's say these two compounds are there, and if it is asked to compare the acidic strength, we will just write the conjugate base, and conjugate base of ROH is RO minus, and this HOH is HO minus. Definitely stability wise, second is going to be more stable. Second is going to be more stable, right? The reason is this alkyl group will use plus I effect. It is going to donate the electron, and electron donating group will destabilize the negative charge, and this hydrogen is what actually this is a reference. So alkyl group is going to destabilize the negative charge. So OH minus will be more stable than RO minus. If it is so, the acidic strength of water is more than alcohol. It is the important statement. Acidic strength of water is going to be more than alcohol, right? Remember this statement. Acidic strength of water is going to be more than alcohol. One problem that I want to discuss is, let's say if it is asked to compare the acidic strength of methyl alcohol and water. Methyl alcohol and water. This is actually exception. We are studying chemistry, so exception will be there. Exception is methyl alcohol is only one alcohol which is more acidic than water. Methyl alcohol is only one alcohol which is more acidic than water, and it is based on Ka value. It is the practical data. So just remember the fact that methyl alcohol is more acidic than water, and it is based on K value. This is the practical data, right? This is the practical data. So this is it for the acidic strength, and last we are left with base strength on the in the application portion of inductive effect. I'll take up the base strength portion in next class. Next class we are going to finish the inductive effect and we'll start with the resonance, right? So let's stop here. Let's meet in next class. Bye bye.